What goals did you set for 2025? If better sleep is one, Symbiotica's magnesium L-threonate helps you wake up refreshed. For gut health, their glutathione supports digestion and reduces bloating. Symbiotica is one of the most transparent brands out there, never compromising on quality or sourcing. Their products are free from seed oils, preservatives, toxins, and artificial additives, something you can taste and feel in every packet. Go to Symbiotica.com and use code iHeart for 20% off and free shipping. That's Symbiotica.com, code iHeart.
Hey, it's Bobby Bones with some exciting news. Open booking is here for the Top Shelf Country Cruise, setting sail February 2026 aboard the luxurious Celebrity Reflection. Spots are filling up fast, so book your stateroom today or sign up to become a lineup insider to receive the final lineup 48 hours prior to the public. Don't miss your chance to make February 2026 unforgettable. Visit TopShelfCountryCruise.com. That's TopShelfCountryCruise.com.
So why'd you want to get together again, Eli?
Just a good day. Meet up with your best friends, have some coffee, order some lunch.
I'm not. Oh, God. Look, I have like 7 shows to edit at this point. I really don't have time to hang out.
Yeah.
I know, but we're good friends, so I thought we could
I didn't even see my wife at all last week. I was in the studio for 4 nights.
Yeah, man, we have other stuff to do.
Okay,
it's not a good time.
That's a lie from you. Definitely.
I have like 3 families at this point, and I don't even recognize any of them except the pole dancer. Her I recognize.
Okay, good. That's nice for you. Okay, I'm going to cut to the chase. I have a way to make some cash, and if that works out, hey, Cecil, you could quit your day job, right? That sounds good. Spend more time with Sasha.
Sarah.
Are you sure?
Actually, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds great, actually, Eli. That's totally worth getting. Did you figure out a way to like get the patronage up to where we could do the live show goal? Or
No, better. It's like, I know a lot of people right now would remind folks that if they love the podcast, they can go to patreon.com/citationpod and pledge whatever they want to make a live show happen in a city near them.
Yeah, that was subtle.
Thank you, Heath. But I think we could easily become psychic mediums, burn some sage in people's houses, make tons of money chasing ghosts away.
Sake, dude.
No, I'm not fleecing people. That's horrible.
Yeah.
You're horrible.
Yeah, that's disgusting. You're gross.
I am in.
Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
Really?
What? I wasn't listening.
Eli, we are not doing that.
Okay, well, 2 votes so far, Noah. Thank you. Thank you, Tom, by the way. Come on, think about it. Just hear me out. I use my experience as a mentalist to cold read people, and the rest of you just, read passages from the Bible in empty rooms, wave a few electronic devices, and then burn some sage. Money pours in.
No fucking way. This is not happening.
Yeah, man. No,
never going to do
How's the Philly cheesesteak? You know what? Don't even tell me. I'll have that and the Reuben.
That sounds good.
I like
Noah's thinking.
I like Tom's thinking already. See, he's very positive. Noah, look. This job's going to be way easier than writing and editing a show, right? All you have to do is tell people that their money and jewelry is haunted and that you need to take it to cleanse it of evil spirits. Money literally makes itself. It's awesome. I'm telling you.
I am out of here. I can't even look at you right now.
No,
despicable.
Heath, there's
Really?
How could you even suggest this? I am leaving. Don't
You
call
deliver
me.
beer? No. Look, I tip what? Fine. I'll just have an
that sounds
entire
good,
chocolate
too.
cake. That's fine.
okay, guys, before you leave, I got you.
Huh?
What?
Really?
You totally fell for it. Yeah.
What?
I was just fucking with you guys. I'd never do that. It was a joke. In fact, it was a test to see if you'd ever be bad people. Tom said you wouldn't, but I wasn't sure. So now I'm like totally convinced. And yeah, we'll do the Patreon thing. I'll ask people to give to the Patreon.
Yeah, I'm in.
Tom,
Sure.
we're talking about something else now.
But no, I don't want fries, you fucking asshole. I want tater tots.
I thought you were serious. Yeah, man. You really had me going there for a second.
Yeah, actually, to be honest, it sounds like a lot of money. I was kind of starting to cave.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, because we can totally make that happen. Like even if
I knew you were lying.
You are the worst, dude.
Gross. Hey, double test. Test number 2.
No.
You come on, guys.
I'm still in.
2
Yeah,
votes.
I'm still in.
welcome to Citation Needed, the podcast where we choose a subject, read a single article about it on Wikipedia, and pretend we're experts, because this is the internet. And that's how it works now. I'm Eli Bosnick, and I get an easy week of Magikarp Jump while everyone else does all the work. Seriously? Another Pidgey? No, fuck you, Pidgey. Fuck you right in the ass. Fuck you in your Pidgey ass. So,
what?
Let me introduce the people doing the heavy lifting, Tom and Noah.
Wait, I literally thought we were going to be doing heavy lifting. Is this that podcast thing you guys always talk about? How do you guys keep tricking me into these things?
Because you're gullible enough to think that something including my scrawny ass was going to involve heavy lifting?
That's fair and true. And also joining us tonight, let me introduce the people doing the heavy breathing, Cecil and Heath.
When you're my size, everything you do is heavy.
Yeah, me too. But let's be honest, the heavy breathing is coming from Eli's unethical dog breed, whose entire short life is a terrifying asthma attack. That's clearly what's happening. Let's be realistic.
A lot shorter when you drop her on the floor from your poor height, Heath.
That was you.
Oh, was it?
Here's what happened, everybody. Eli dropped his adorable pug on the floor the other day. Now he's in denial. It's okay. It's perfectly reasonable.
Dropped my pug and then blamed and she
mental
limped
reaction
in a sad
when your brain
little puppy circle.
Can't handle the truth. No.
And he spiked it on the floor because he was excited to drink some more shoe shine remover with my wife.
I feel like pugs are like cats, though. They always land on their face, though, right? Like instead of their feet.
Exactly.
Or is that just once when they're bored? That's just how they pug them. It's really a Cocker Spaniel somebody dropped once.
Lucky you didn't do that to Cecil's cats. You'd have a curse on you. You wouldn't be able to pee for 1,000 years. He has weird demon cats. They look like the things from Ghostbusters. Now, before we start,
Eli dropped his dog. That's established. Go ahead.
We know it wasn't Heath. It'd still be falling if Heath dropped it.
Thank you. Exactly.
I have witnesses. But before we start, we'd like to thank all the generous people who fund this show with money. They are really awesome. Probably feels good to donate to something so worthwhile. Try it. Pause the show. Go to patreon.com/citationpod and see how it feels. Ooh, yeah. You like that? You like how I'm giving you this podcast? Ooh, call me David A.R. White.
No,
call me David A.R. White.
No.
All right, they get the idea. It feels good to donate to the show. All right. And if you'd like to be just as awesome as they are, be sure to stick around to the end of the show, where I will say a very similar sentence to the one I just did, but it will be at the end of the show instead of the beginning. And with that out of the way, tell us, Noah, what person, place, thing, concept, phenomena, or event will we be talking about today?
Today, we will be talking about ghost hunting.
Ah, the younger brother of Good Will Hunting. Marky Mark is talented and handsome.
No, that was Matt Damon played Will Hunting.
I cannot tell white people apart. So, Cecil, you read a few hundred words. Are you ready to tell us how to see dead people?
You can't.
Well, that was informative. Great. Thanks for listening. This Patreon thing came a little sooner than I was expecting. Perfect timing, too. I have a date with Magikarp. I swear to God, if this Pokeball is a Voltron, I'm going to slit a child's throat over a golden bowl. I swear to fucking God, I want 2,000 coins so I can upgrade.
That Golden Ball movie with Eddie Murphy is amazing, by the way. I love that. Let's not end it here, though. I mean, I want to go into how many ways you can't see dead people, who says they can when they can't, and the history of people not seeing them.
Since I haven't seen Cecil be this negative since I wrote that never-to-air episode on Jean-Benet Ramsey, Cecil, let's start with some juicy backstory.
I actually get a lot of negative responses, but I muffle them with a ball gag. Pro tip, works like a charm, guys. Try it.
I feel like, by the way, Eli, your propensity for using the adjective juicy was at least some of the reason that Jean-Benet episode got so many negative comments. That and Tom's propensity for ball gag jokes.
Hey, if the ball gag fits, wear it.
But it doesn't fit for her. You need one of those little struts in the back to drag it
It's a kid.
across.
It always fits.
It's one size fits all. Thank you, Tom.
Right.
Note taken and refused. So, Cecil, tell us about some ghost hunting.
So, according to Wikipedia, there's a rich history of ghost hunting, but it only gives one example. It says that paranormal studies started in the 19th century with the Society for Psychical Research, and they name one member, Harry Price.
Nope. No, I got it wrong. I think you mean Harry Potter. Harry Potter, he's a wizard, Cecil.
I don't think people are going to get your Chronicles of Narnia jokes here.
God damn it. God damn it.
I don't think.
By the way, Price eventually formed a rival group, I read recently, like the National Laboratory of the People's Front of Psychical Research or something like that. He like started it like in 1920s, like came up with a rival.
He just handed out stickers that said resist on them. So, yeah.
You would think when he proves something, does he ever just like walk in and be like, hey, Price is right? I mean, how does he not? Come on. Come on. You guys love that. You
Shit
love
on
that
my
joke.
tits. Shit on my tits. Shit tits. Shit tits.
So I suspect people were probably looking into claims of the paranormal much earlier than this, but this seems like a good place to start. Harry Price was something of a James Randi of his time.
Gay?
Not
The
quite.
kid thing that we don't talk about?
Seriously? James Randi, while gay, is also the guy who publicly debunked Peter Popoff and Uri Geller. And for the people who don't know who Peter Popoff was, he was using a radio to have his assistant / wife read him personal medical information about people coming to his faith healing jamborees.
Yeah, by the way, net worth Peter Popoff, $10 million.
Jesus.
Yep.
People might not know who Uri Geller is. Uri Geller bent spoons with his brain. At least that's what he said. Spoiler alert, it was with his hand.
Yeah, net worth $20 million. Same job as Bender from Futurama, $20 million net worth. Fuck.
I would like to be debunked because this sounds very profitable.
Oh, fuck.
Can I be debunked?
I thought he said defunct. I figured it was all cocaine off a hooker's asses for me for here on out.
All right. Well,
Debunked.
I don't see why that's related to whatever Tom used as the word defunct or doing it. Put down a big deposit. It's just the whole thing now. Whatever.
So Harry wasn't exactly a skeptic. While he did spend considerable time debunking fake spiritualists, Price also endorsed some mediums that he believed were genuine. Price was kind of a magician and a conjurer, and as we know, a lot of magicians do become skeptics.
Yeah, kind of like drug dealers become informants, or like gym teachers become gym teachers. Yeah.
So Price did do some good work too. He found out a claim of ectoplasm was actually chewed paper.
Oh, wow. Genius. That wasn't readily apparent. I mean, they're using spitballs. He found out they were spitballs.
No, Teach, I was throwing ectoplasm at you.
And what was the expose there? Just like I checked, it's spitballs. just like check
Did
things
anyone
once.
pick one up? Like
You want
nobody
me?
picked one of these up?
It's like Geraldo. He got everybody to tune in. Big reveal.
No, it's spitballs, guys. So sorry. So sorry.
And through the use of voice recorder, he found out that someone who could create, quote, spirit voices was using their own voice. And he also exposed a medium that was using their feet and toes to move things around during a seance.
Did he also expose the hoax of sexy ghost pottery too? No?
He's like caveman skeptic, just like poking the back of people's ears, like, see, no coins, no coins. Where did Flint come from?
I just
see?
No, I just love this whole concept. Like, the guy was using his own voice. No one checked that first. You had to use a voice. Hey, your lips are moving. I mean, I don't want to oversell myself, but I feel like I'd have noticed somebody picking up things with their feet too, you know? Oh, look, the ghost is under the same table we're sitting at, and it's picking up a bell with its toes. What?
You know what? As someone who's made extensive study of the guy he debunked, yes, that's exactly what it was, just so you know. People were dumb when they died of the rickets. So tell us, Cecil, how did he get into this ghost hunting stuff anyways? Was it the fact that magician is only the second most dickish job in the world and skeptic would waiting with open hands?
So Price joined the Society for Psychical Research in 1920. The group's areas of study included, quote, hypnotism, disassociation, thought transference, mediumship, Reinbach phenomenon, apparitions, and haunted houses, and physical phenomenon associated with seances.
Ringing bells with your feet.
Pretty much. So while the group is known for some skepticism of exposing fraud, they also have a reputation of, let's just say, being less than rigorous.
Oh, Oh, really? Less than rigorous? That's the haunted house guys? Is it real? Oh, say it ain't so. They're less than rigorous.
Okay, pick on my choice of words, Tom. That's fine. That's fine. A skeptic and a physicist named Victor Stanger had this to say. He said, quote, "The SPR, on occasion, expose blatant cases of fraud even their own credulous memberships could not swallow. But their journals have never succeeded in achieving the high level of credibility in the eyes of the rest of the scientific community. Most articles begin with the assumption that the psychic phenomenon are demonstrated realities."
Well, I did enjoy their coverage of the psychic penis as a social construct. That was a good journal. So it's not entirely fake.
How many correction articles do skeptics usually put out? Is it 3? I feel like it's usually less than 3. Am I wrong? How many times how many chances? Is it like baseball? Skepticism?
It's like baseball. Yep. Just like baseball.
I just want to know when we're going to be free of these postmodern ghosts, you know? Like Foucault keeps showing up in my house and insisting that my haunting is defined and possible only because of its dichotomous definitional oppositions to the unhaunted. Seriously, guys, he's fucking exhausting.
Yeah, man, totally. I prefer a Chomskyan ghost penis as well. Yeah, it's about truth and justice, indeed.
Well, I'm a skeptic.
Tom.
I don't know what those words mean. Therefore, it's bullshit. That's how it works, right?
No, I am dying to know the actual methodology here, right? Like, I'm just picturing these guys calling up like one Miss Cleo hotline after another. Nope, that one guessed 7. Seems like only 10% of these psychics are worth a shit. I don't get it.
Okay, so the article at this point takes a quick turn to the near present, and most of the rest of it talks about modern attempts at ghost hunting. They claim ghost hunting was made popular by TV shows in the 2000s, and if I did more research than just reading this article, I'd probably find a lot more early interest in this subject.
Yeah, did a little research on IMDb and came across a movie from 1984.
Just Stay Puffed Marshmallow Man on the subway somewhere. He pulls out his headphones. Wikipedia's bullshit. This is ridiculous. Are you kidding me?
Heath, you think Stay Puft rides the subway? No way, man. Ubers. Got that residual money.
So the wiki page attributes the popularity of the subject to paranormal shows like Ghost Hunters and Most Haunted.
Next up on Scared of the Dark, we sit in a creepy house and freak ourselves out. Because if you're going to be a blubbering man baby, it's best to be a public blubbering man baby.
Thank you, Tom. Now, Cecil, for those who might not be familiar, tell us about these extraordinarily rigorous ghost documentaries on the History and Learning channels, respectively, that you speak of.
So these TV shows, of course, make it seem like the hunters are doing something scientific with all kinds of sophisticated equipment.
And I believe Egon would agree. He was real. Thank you.
Thank you.
Every day at work, somebody's like, don't cross the streams. Every fucking time. It's flashlights, Chad. Jesus, you're the fucking worst.
They often go places and stay the night there with night vision cameras, and then they edit together all the parts that make ghosts seem plausible. Because that's just going to sell ad space for them.
Right.
Then they throw in a few extra sound effects and a couple of jump scares to keep it interesting.
Yeah, I do the same thing at home. I call that foreplay.
I feel like interesting is a little much there, Cecil, in terms of both hunting ghosts and fucking Tom.
I don't know. His jump scares during sex are like, they're probably like burpee scares. You're fucking Tom all of a sudden. Breakdown. You're doing burpees with Tom inside of you. That's interesting. That's interesting. Right?
That's my new nickname for when I wake up throwing up, by the way. Burpee scares.
Wait, you wake up throwing up?
Yes. Is that not a common thing?
No, you are 100% dying soon. Soon.
That would explain the hairdo.
Nobody wakes up like that.
Okay. You never just woken up throwing up. Like 3 or 4 nights a week. You just wake up and you throw. Okay, I don't want to do this. Cecil, while the rest of the gang are razzing, pretending they don't wake up throwing up, and with severe nosebleeds they can't control, hair coming out in clumps and feces that's never solid. Cecil, I'm curious. Is it just TV shows? Because I'm sensing a Rock of Love Ghost Hunters crossover if it's not.
No. But with
Good build. And that's a wrap.
Thanks, C-Dog. I line him up and you knock him out of the park.
I didn't write that. No, I'm just saying it. Oh. Well, I'm going to try to get us back on track as best we can with a line that says, with the popularity of reality-style ghost hunting shows, several new markets have sprung up trying to cash in.
And I'm excited to hear about them, but an older man just offered to massage my carp, and I've got to poke Pikachu for some more jump powder.
What game is this?
This is not the game you think this
A
is.
Japanese one, Cecil, a Japanese one. So let's pause the show and play the interstitial music for Apropos of Nothing. My name is Buck Baggins. I never believed in ghosts until I got this check from the network with a lot of zeros in it. We travel across the country, pretending we hear things and shouting into the darkness. This is Ghost Wranglers. This week, we head to a haunted glory hole in Idaho. We've placed some very light objects around the room and we'll film them shifting when it gets breezy. Until then, we're going to place this ghost box here on the ground and shout at nothing in hopes we can get a response. Ah! Ah! Anyone listening? Anyone in here? Oh my God, what was that? Whoa! Ah! 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 We heard knocking, and suddenly we thought ectoplasm was coming out of the wall. We were mistaken. So we went back to asking the ghost box questions and let that gentleman finish. Ah! Ah! Anyone not alive in here? Suddenly, the ghost box starts to capture a signal from the great beyond.
Oh my God! Man, I can't do this anymore. I can't do it.
Suddenly, Jeff, our tech guy, ran from the room. I followed him outside and asked him why he had such an emotional reaction.
You don't understand, man. I lost my mom just last year, and her last words were whoa, 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 whoa.
Next week on Ghost Wranglers, we visit a closed sanitarium that used to be a former hospital turned prison before it was converted into a pet cemetery. But little did we know, it was built on an ancient Indian... Never mind. Sorry. An ancient Indian burial ground that lies directly on top of a spirit portal. And we're back. And I am ready to listen because I'm all out of training points and I refuse to eat blueberries.
What?
Are you sure you didn't start having a stroke?
Everything I have said has been accurate to the game.
Even the throat slitting parts with the bowl that you...
Fifth Amendment. So, what were we talking about?
Money.
You had me at money. Trans people are coming for your freedom. Can I have $47,000? I would like $47,000. Gross, right? What if they want to be called Jigsaw-plix? Did we make the money?
If you convince them to say it backwards, they go back to their own dimension now. So,
Era.
all right. Well,
Just don't say it 3 times unless you really need their help.
you can't have $47,000.
Okay, well then let's do the ghost people thing.
Okay, I'll be sure to get their pronouns right. So, with an emerging market comes lots of entrepreneurs. And with the popularity of these jump scare ghost hunting shows came a lot of similar programming. And with this becoming more and more trendy, ghost tourism became a thing people spent money on.
Just a family of ghosts walking into their Airbnb, the human family waiting around the corner with proton packs. Shut up, stop giggling.
So they don't have a section for this in the article, but they hint at it in a few places. Ghost tours are where you can travel to haunted places, often on a guided tour, to learn about the people that have purported to see ghosts. Hotels upsell haunted rooms. Tour companies add a nighttime haunted tour to their normal rotation, that sort of thing. In fact, I was recently at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado, and they had their own medium in the basement with her own office.
Really?
And if you were too busy to visit her on your trip, no shit, it wasn't too big a deal because they had a 976 number to chat with her for several dollars a minute.
That really was the second weirdest sex line I have ever called.
I will take that as a compliment. Thank you.
a psychic sex line.
You'll always be my first,
crystal
Heath.
ball shows me with you and your limp dick in your hand and a newly soiled sock, wondering why you just recently thought it made sense to spend $8 on a 4-minute audio-based speed jerk. You're right. Wow, that is what happened.
Get out of my head. See, for me, the best thing about ghost tours is you can go literally anywhere and say literally anything because you can't be wrong. We should start a haunted hotel, guys. That's what I'm saying. I just walk around and in this room,
I'm in.
we got attacked by bears.
Let's do it. I will bankroll this.
This is where
Let's
Alex
go.
Jones died.
So psychic and mediums have also cashed in, talking to ghosts to find out why they haven't let go, and blessing houses that are supposedly on a spirit nexus or in the spirit realm or whatever. What? Yeah, really getting lots of money off of people's fear and curiosity of the unknown.
I can attest to this strategy. I know very little, and I am scared all the time. Always. Works the charm.
All right, well, profiting from stupid people and their fear of the unknown is bad, but I feel like the psychics aren't raping kids very much. That feels like a big win somehow. I don't know why. It's just, that seems like it's a good thing.
I like that it's not never. It's just very
Big
much.
win.
The good thing is that there is a fair bit of skepticism in the article. In fact, there's a whole section on it. I'm not sure how surprising this next bit is, but the belief statistics for ghosts are that between 34 and 37% of Americans believe in ghosts, and then Brits are coming in a little bit above that.
Yeah, so just for some perspective, that's about the same number of people who believe the Earth is 6,000 years old. I'm not saying we're doomed, but I'm suggesting short-term investments.
All my money is Bitcoin. How is that? You think that's going to go well? Bitcoin.
It's pretty short term. It's pretty short term.
Gone pretty well for you, Gunnar. But by the way, you know what else 37% of Americans believe, approximately? That Donald Trump is doing a good job as president. Pretty much exactly his approval rating.
Well, but I feel like that number is complete horseshit. Are they not counting dead Jewish carpenters that clear parking spaces and whisper platitudes to you as ghosts?
Okay, well, either way, I feel like Gozer the Gozerian should jump in for the GOP primary next time. Just like, whatever. Phil, he would do well.
Just have Paul Ryan be like, I am the gatekeeper.
At least Donald Trump knows what to say when they ask if you're a god. So, Cecil, any other bullshit on this otherwise large pile of bullshit you read about?
Well, the pervasiveness of this belief also allows for another emerging market, ghost hunting and detecting products. And to be perfectly honest, this is the entire reason I wanted to do this topic. They have this huge list of methods and equipment that I just want to go over.
My Amazon wish list is about to get amazing.
Mine is still just that circumcision practice dummy.
You returned the first one I got you for your birthday. It just
Because I broke it.
He didn't like Molly the Mole.
That's why I broke it.
It's because it was the black one. It's because it was the black one. Be honest.
All right, let's start out with still photography. In lots of ghost hunting shows, they use night vision cameras, and still photography has been one of those things that we've used to quote unquote detect ghosts since its invention. Of course, it was a lot fucking easier when it took 4 minutes for a picture to be taken.
Still, though, why would that work? Why would it
so hard to get the ghost to
understand.
hold still for that long without smiling, you know?
And no matter what you do, there's always something dead about their eyes back then, right?
It's true,
All
man.
right, check your being alive privilege. So, tell me about these photos, Cecil. We talking laser backgrounds and prom poses? Because that's what I'm picturing.
There might be problem photos. The still photography often uses terms like ectoplasm and orbs, which are anomalies on the photo that people think are ghosts and spirits. It's actually fucking dust. It's totally easy to recreate them. All you have to do is just fucking shake a rug and take a photo, and you have a million orbs.
Yeah. In my experience, that's usually semen on the camera. By usually, I mean always. It's just always semen.
I'll also take that as a compliment. I have good volume. Thank you, Tom.
Good aim, too, evidently.
Apparently, yes.
Thank you, Heath.
Money shots so much harder when Noah and Cecil were young. Everyone, and then she's just sitting there for an hour, you holding it with fishing wire. It was a whole thing.
got to get those gutter guards. It just kind of moves it. You want like a tube.
By the way, my favorite of these photographic anomalies, if you've heard of rods before, this is like bugs that fly past fast enough to get like multiple images in the exposure, or at least all the ones we've looked at so far are that. You know, some of them could still be Euclidean spirit shapes. I don't want to prejudice our discussion here by dismissing that possibility.
Thank you, Noah. A little openness. Thank you, finally. But Cecil, what about those doohickeys with the knobs and the wires and the whatnot?
Well, many of the ghost hunters talk about EMF or electromagnetic fields. Wiki has no explanation as to why this would work, and nor should it, because it doesn't. With a bit of reading elsewhere, they evidently use the meters to look for spikes in the signal, and these spikes indicate a possible disturbance because consciousness, I guess, I don't know. Even floating disembodied consciousness has a field, apparently. I don't know.
Agreed. Yeah, no, it's true. For best results with a spike in consciousness, start with a poppy field specifically.
Right.
Works great.
Also, EMF readings just spike in houses that have electricity or are near electricity or have people in them. But don't worry, they rule stuff like that out by not acknowledging that it's a thing when they're
You guys hear that? I'm getting a noise over here. Dude, you're carrying a theremin. You're carrying a theremin.
They also use thermal imaging equipment like infrared cameras and other temperature sensors. Measuring the ambient temperature is very important in pinpointing ghosts, evidently. Many of these ghost hunters will talk about cold spots.
To be fair, it always starts as a warm spot, which I have to tell you, I find rather comforting.
This is a lot like the John Bonet episode. This is very similar.
See? Just sitting there, locked on a hard drive, nobody to enjoy it.
no.
Fine. But Cecil, what about these ghost recordings I hear so much about?
So they employ a recording of silence with audio recording equipment, and then they bump up the amplification on it to hear whispers from the great beyond, because all ghosts talk with their inside voices. They call this EVP, or electronic voice phenomenon. Most of the time, these shows will play some kind of anomaly and then subtitle it and then play it 50 or 60 times in a row.
You're right. Now do you hear it?
It's like arguing with your ex-wife, just the same shit over and over and over again, amplified beyond sensibility. EVP. Very familiar. EVP.
You should have just listened to EVP recordings and like kept all your stuff. You really turn it up, you can hear a whisper. Prenup.
I wish I could have.
Prenup. All right, so this next one is fucking baffling. A compass. Just a regular old-timey compass, because all ghosts are magnetic north.
I thought they were chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Did I do that right,
No,
guys?
no, you didn't. No.
You did
Chaotic
great,
neutral?
Tom. You did great.
He did not do great.
Wait, I feel like once you've figured out that ghosts are always north, you don't need detectors anymore, right? Couldn't you just go to the poles?
Right, and you could just like stay south of stuff and you're fine. Right? So, like, how hard to avoid ghosts? They're north.
They also, this is interesting, they also use Geiger counters, and I guess maybe these don't detect actual ghosts, but can detect near future ghosts.
Yeah, no, that one I would pay attention to if it went off.
Right?
Yeah. No, I gotta say, I have to imagine there'd be a loud boom. It would be something of a giveaway just ahead of the Geiger counter issue.
Just a bunch of ghost hunters running around Chernobyl. This place is fucking haunted, guys. Look at my ears bleed. That's from ghosts, right? The ears bleeding? Ghosts make your ears bleed?
The next one actually is probably the first one I think that would actually work. They test for air quality, like carbon monoxide, and carbon monoxide can lead to hallucination. So this is probably the first and only test I would take seriously.
So all of New York then is ghosts. That's just what you're...
Or hallucinating people. Yes.
All right, Tom, you tell us a more aromatic way to slowly poison the homeless, and we'll take it, okay? All problems, no solutions. We're all ears here.
Well, the AHCA doesn't really smell like anything. Does that count? It's like odorless.
Okay, Cecil, while I ignore the fact that Noah is all of a sudden on board with homeless people killing after a very firm talking to I was given a month ago, I have to admit, this ghost detection stuff you're talking about sounds pretty normal. Heat detectors, photos, audios. You got anything
Photos?
wacky?
Wait a minute. Are there photos?
He'll fix it in post.
Photos?
I can't fix it. I can't fix it.
Just put some edit in it.
No, it's going to be photos.
Oh, God.
Edit it in. Edit it till I say.
Hold on.
Edit out the E.
I got this. Photos. Photos.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll edit out the
Keep
E.
saying
Yeah, I'll do
photos.
that. We'll see how that sounds. I can't wait to hear how that sounds.
It's like a cereal.
Photograph.
It's like a cereal shaped like cameras.
Just a little professionalism. That's all I'm asking. Professionalism. Noah doesn't.
Noah likes you.
I thought you guys were best friends. Did I miss that? I thought.
I have both halves of the necklace for now. Cecil's been real busy. He keeps sending it back, but he just is waiting.
So now this list takes a turn for the really crazy.
Now it does?
Yeah, before it was some sciencey stuff that you plug into a wall and actual data comes out, even if the data doesn't correlate with the paranormal. Now we get into magic. And the first thing on the list is dowsing rods. And dowsing rods, if you don't know, are little L-shaped rods that are supposed to detect water or evidently ghosts, and you hold them really loosely in your hand and then unconsciously or purposefully let one or both drift in, and at that spot, they're supposed to be spiritual energy or something.
Now, these work. Every time I have my rod in my hands, I find what I'm looking for.
Will you stop? You are embarrassing me.
No.
Bashful.
They need
kid.
to know of our love.
So they list a lot of types of charlatans next: psychics, mediums, clairvoyants, and then demonologists, exorcists, and clergy. And the first set just chat, and the later use holy water and crucifixes and Bronze Age prayers to chase the spirits away.
Some of them also rape you. I'm just saying.
It's fair.
No, your kids.
That's
Your
fair.
kids. Only your
That's
kids.
Fucking demonologists, man. Finally. The show brave enough to call them out.
Wait, this just occurred to me. Somewhere out there, two clairvoyants are bitching about how everyone always mistakes them for mediums. That's happening as we speak.
Hi, welcome to Clairvoyant Inc. We can see the future, but instead of being billionaire gamblers, we ran a business out of this basement closet. How can we help you?
Yeah, I'd like to speak with my dead grandmother.
Oh my
fuck
God,
you.
get
We
the
are
fuck
not
out.
mediums. What is with you? It's
Eat
so
your children.
easy.
I will eat
so
your
easy.
children.
Jesus, fine, I'm leaving. What the fuck?
Can you believe that guy?
Ridiculous.
Ugh. How the fuck would we communicate with a dead person? They're dead.
Just
They're
idiots. It's every day with this shit. Unbelievable.
ugh. Hey, I've been meaning to ask, do you want to win $1 million from James Randi this year?
Nah, I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, me too.
So also in the spiritual realm is the Ouija board. And this has a long history, but was recently reprinted by Parker Brothers. It consists of a board with letters and short answers on it, and then a pointer device that slides around the board. You ask the piece of cardboard questions, and then your friends promise that they aren't moving the pointer, but they're lying.
Yeah, but the trick is to ask it a question that no one knows the answers to, like, why can't I stop crying? Or when will Dad come back from getting those cigarettes?
Stop trying to spell "this is your fault, you don't deserve a dad." Stop. You're pushing it. You're obviously pushing it.
Evidently, you were pushing it.
He wouldn't have left if it wasn't for you. I'm just saying, it's your fault you don't have a dad.
I got a dad.
Weird, braggy. Ooh, I have a dad. I can shave my head without looking really sick. So, Cecil, as much as I would love to recount my Father's Day, that does sound fun, but is there anything to detect ghosts our listeners can try at home?
Well, they do list one technique. It's called lights out. And I'm just going to read what it says here. Quote, according to ghost hunting enthusiast websites, many ghost hunters prefer to conduct their investigations during peak evening hours, midnight to 4 a.m. This is incidentally when most White Castle hamburgers are sold.
Anything else we can do except for shutting off the lights and staying up till 4 a.m.? Because I'm pretty sure Noah is the #1 ghost hunter in the world, if that's all you got, to rain on your parade. But
this next one and last one is my favorite. It's called the Ghost Box. Basically, you take a radio scanner that finds radio stations that are broadcasting, and it's like the one you have in your car when you hit seek. Then they just let it stay on that frequency for a few seconds to hear one word.
And then they fuck a ghost. No?
No.
Sorry.
It comes later.
Go ahead.
So they will ask the empty room a question, and then the ghost box will cycle through stations and play one word. And that answer is supposed to be to your question. Sometimes they added out the mistakes, and that does help. They added out the misses. But more often than not, it just has nothing to do with what they just said, and they try to stretch it to make it seem like it does. It's really just pareidolia.
Is that the music festival where the white girls dress like Native Americans?
That's Coachella. That's nothing like pareidolia.
Got it.
That's Yale.
Penguin Hapala.
You know, when I try this, why does it always say lawyer up? Why is that just me? Every time. It's the same.
I once rigged one up to whisper, take care of it. And that's why I'm happily not a dad. Oh, yep. Worked just fine.
That's what you think. I know things he doesn't.
I'm not being billed, so whatever.
So many ghost hunters believe that ghosts are tied to places where they had some sort of tragic occurrence in the person's life.
So I'll be haunting my ex-wife's vagina. Okay. Pass.
You won't be the only one.
It's a fucking tragedy.
What this really boils down to, though, is that they get more hits at a spookier abandoned places because shit that's abandoned just creaks more.
Again, my ex-wife's vagina. So weird this is coming up. So weird.
Right.
I said creaks, not croaks. So yeah.
My ghost tour of Tom's ex-wife vagina did not sell well. Can I just say that? Can I get that out there?
But Eli, it did seat 11. So
it's what's known as a black box.
It's like a Mexican station wagon.
Including a mariachi, too. Which is crazy. It's crazy.
Just picturing somebody trying to walk up Tom's ex-wife's vagina and it's like skipping stairs so they don't get caught. Because they creaks in certain spots.
Well, as soon as he said the Mexican station wagon, I started thinking of a vagina with hydraulics. So, seems a little racist, Tom.
Okay, Cecil. Ghost vaginas aside, how do people explain these ghosts anyways?
So one of the most outlandish explanations for ghosts is the stone tape theory, where mental impressions of traumatic events are stored in moist rocks.
What?
And then they can be replayed later. I know.
Why can't dry rocks get them? Why can't a dry rock store them? That doesn't make sense.
The wiki article isn't that comprehensive. But rocks, yeah, moist rocks.
Why is this it's a moist rock? You have to take it out of Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina first? Or can you just stick your ear by her twat and pick up the signal?
You smoke it, Tom. You smoke or freebase it. Either way, I can pretty much promise you both ghosts and mental impressions of traumatic events.
We should do crack for a Patreon goal.
Honestly, I would pay just to see Tom on crack. I would pay I would do the Patreon myself.
We will buy a bucket of crack from Jim Baker and smoke all of it.
No, what?
Smoke it all.
And also, by the way, to further answer the question, yes, you can put your ear up to Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina and you can hear the beach. Occasionally a seagull flies out. Good for chi.
All right, Cecil. And finally, if you had to summarize what you learned in one sentence, what would it be?
That scaring the shit out of yourself can not only be fun, but also really expensive.
Ooh, like WebMD for stupid people. And now it's time for a quiz from our panel. Cecil, are you ready?
I have plugged in my BS detector and I am ready to go.
All right, I'll start it off. Which of the following is the best evidence for the fact that I've actually been a ghost this whole episode? Is it A, the amount of time I can stand at a Staples counter before anyone acknowledges me? B, and this is true, during stop and frisk, the NYPD would ignore me entirely and focus only on the brown people around me. C, non-ghosts require food and sleep. Or D, M. Night Shyamalan made millions ripping a third act twist off of a Goosebumps episode, so it would be silly for me to not even try.
It's definitely D. I know you are after those millions.
Just so that I can buy enough crack to get Tom high. After that, I'll
take that much.
Take a vow of poverty.
All right, sometimes to catch a ghost, it's best to just call one.
Who are you going to call?
Which one is not a time-tested ghost summoning technique? A, Charlie. B, Bloody Mary. C, Candyman. Or D, prayer. Which one does not work? Not effective. Doesn't. A lot of people try it.
E. All of the above.
Yeah, sure. It's definitely D. I guess what I want to say here is it's definitely D.
God, now, see, we lost our general audience. Thanks, Tom. Thanks. Cut our listener in half. Cecil, for my question, which of the following is an actual historical trick of so-called spirit mediums throughout history? A, sexual channeling, namely pretending to be someone's dead wife or husband and then fucking them. Is it B, spirit writing that mysteriously appears on slates using your toes under the table?
Oh my God.
C, locking yourself in a cabinet all tied up and then playing a tambourine to prove that the ghost did it?
Fucking.
Or D,
What?
all of these are real. Mediums are fucking stupid and also kind of rapey, it turns out. When you do the research, it's real creepy.
I'm going to go with D on this one.
Correct, Cecil.
The right answer
Correct.
is always the most depressing one, yeah.
All right, I got one more for you. Which of the following is the best way to tell that ghosts are living in your area? Is it A, human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria? Is it B, you wake up pregnant without fucking anyone and it starts an entire religion? Is it C, whenever you're doing pottery, the guy from Roadhouse keeps spooning you and fucking it up? Which is frustrating. Obviously, I'm talking about Sam Elliott. And final option, is it D, your girlfriend vomits on you during sex way more than normal?
Because she's pregnant. Surprise.
You know, my wife does not vomit on me during sex, but my girlfriend does. So I'm going to go with D. I'm going to go with D on this one.
That is apparently not correct. That is not correct. It was actually B, Christianity.
See, I was pretty sure it was going to be C because it was before he was a ghost that the pottery thing. Ah, man, I would have got it wrong too, Cecil.
Yeah.
She is pregnant, though. I'm telling him on air. It's going to be funny when he finds out in real life. I don't want to get into it. Okay, Heath, you've won this week, and you get to choose who our researcher is next week.
Eli.
That took a while.
Okay, of course. Also included in your victory gift bag is reading the answer to last week's Twitter question.
Okay, the question was, if you had to masturbate to one cereal box mascot for the rest of your life, which one would you choose and why? And the best answer was sent in by Robert, who said, Gizmo, just because. And apparently there was a Gremlins cereal. So just make sure you have good aim or dry cum. And this week's question is, what's the best name for a website dedicated to all things ghost hunting?
All right. Well, for Noah, Cecil, Heath, and Tom, I'm Eli. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We'll be back next week, and by then, I'll be an expert on something else. Between now and then, you can catch the other 3 shows that Noah, Heath, and myself produce: God Awful Movies, The Skeptocrat, and The Scathing Atheist. Tom and Cecil also produce another show you can check out once you've run out of ours called Cognitive Dissonance. And if you'd like to keep this show going, you can make a per episode donation at patreon.com/citationpod or leave us one of those sexy 5-star reviews everywhere you can. And if you'd like to get in touch with us, check out past episodes, connect with us on social media, or check the show notes, be sure to check out citationpod.com. Now to head into the hard work of researching for next week. Go, Magikarp! Jump! Jump, you motherfucker! Jump! God damn it! How? How? I'll never beat the Heal League. I will shoot myself in the face and send Niantic a picture.
At Ritual, we know what goes into a magical holiday season. The potluck planning, the gift giving, the spreadsheets. This new year, take a moment for yourself with simple, daily rituals that help you put your foundational health at the top of your to-do list. Ritual's Essential for Women 18 Plus multivitamin is a clinically backed multivitamin featuring 9 high-quality key essential ingredients to help you fill key nutrient gaps in your diet. Or maybe you're stressing your daily protein intake, or you want to double down on support for your gut microbiome. From plant-based essential protein to 3-in-1 pre, pro, and postbiotic strains with Symbiotic Plus, Ritual helps you focus on supporting your body after a long season of juggling everybody else. And for a limited time, do it with 30% off a 3-month supply at ritual.com/podcast. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.